Hey everybody, Eric here in the garden. A warm evening. Want to do a quick video on some things that just arrived in the mail. Apologize for not doing a video in the last week. I've actually been out with the flu, so I haven't been able to do much in the garden. The spring pruning, a little bit behind, but we'll have more on that in some upcoming videos. I did just order a couple new roses. These are on Fortuniana. We did a video on these earlier. Again, they arrive in boxes like this. This is a moonstone. Unfortunately, we might be dealing with a little virus on this one, and that's one of the downsides, depending on where you get the roses themselves. But we'll do a future video on that. But certainly disappointing on what appears to be some virus on that moonstone. I need to order on Fortuniana because of my sandy soil, so I'm kind of limited to who I can order from. And again, I can't believe it's 2020 and we're still talking about virus, but that's another video. It certainly distracted me when I saw that this afternoon, but we'll try to move on from that. You can see the roses are leafed out. I still have a little bit of black spot, but I'm gonna prune that out. These roses are about 4 to 4.5 feet long, and I need to prune down to 36 inches or about 3 feet. So being out for about a week or so with the flu, I'm definitely behind in terms of pruning. But as far as the good news goes, notice the lack of weeds in the garden, a few here and there. If you saw an earlier video, I did a little spot treatment of Roundup, and that certainly took care of it. This is one of my climbing roses, Dublin Bay, and you can see where I hit in between the bushes the Roundup. It certainly worked well. One of the roses that did come that so far appears to be virus-free, we'll cross our fingers, because when you pay that kind of money, you certainly hope for a virus-free rose. You can probably see hear the disappointment in my voice for sure, but not disappointing is this bloom. This is Ring of Fire. This came on Fortuniana. These bushes are usually shipped in either 2-gallon pots like this or 1-gallon pots. Unlike normal bare roots, Fortuniana does not ship well bare root. So they are actually sent in the mail, fully leafed out, and they are potted up. Again, usually in 2-gallon containers, sometimes in 1. And in the past, I have potted or taken them out of the pot and planted them directly in the garden right away. But Bob Martin, the ARS president, has done this for years, and that's potted it up into bigger pots. I've done it with bare roots that came on Multiflora. I've done it with maiden roses, and I've done it with bare roots that came on Dr. Huey, but I've never tried it with Fortuniana. I'm gonna give it a try. Some of the advantages he mentions, you can give it a really good start, and what I mean by that is I spend the big bucks and get a nice bale of Pro Mix. It's got that special stuff in it right there that will help with the growth of the plant itself. In addition to starting it in a beautiful media, again with perlite and just a real fluffy soil, it's a perfect media to start it in. Notice I've got a little fertilizer spread down in here. This is 18-6-12. So some slow release fertilizer. It's a real good environment. This is the root ball itself, so I wanted to keep that intact. This pot itself, based on the recommendation from Bob, is 5 gallons. So I'm gonna go ahead and pot that up, get it staked. He usually recommends to grow it through a good part of the summer. And the whole idea is that you're growing the roots of the plant in a perfect ideal environment. Being a black pot and a small amount of soil, this will warm up really quick, and that will allow the roots to grow. You'll get a very good, strong plant. When the plant starts to become root bound and it fills up the whole pot, that's when you want to transfer it to the garden. So I might be aiming for mid to late summer to do that. So I'll give it a try. There's certainly distinct advantages between establishing the plant quicker, being able to move it around in your garden, being able to give it some one-on-one attention. I would say the only downside is, you're spending a couple bucks on the pot, spent $38 on the bale of Pro Mix, and of course I'm going to use it for more than just one pot. I've got a couple maiden roses coming from Steve Singer, a Maverick, and then also Cajun Moon. So we'll be doing that here in the month of April when those come. So just wanted to do a quick video to show that I need to get on some of this pruning. You can see that some of the dead weeds on the edges of the garden where I did Roundup, which is beautiful. Optimistic about this Ring of Fire. It was actually rated one of the higher roses in the most recent review on Top Exhibition Roses. I think one of the parents is Marilyn Monroe. So we're hoping that it'll do well here in eastern North Carolina. I know it's done really well out in the southwest part of the country, specifically California. It looks like a beautiful plant. I've inspected it. So far, no virus, so usually that's pretty good. When I get virus plants in the mail, I know right away what I'm dealing with. And again, this video just covered potting this up. You can see I've got the root ball intact. I'm going to pot that up into a 5-gallon container, and we'll let you know how it progresses through the season. Hopefully everybody's healthy out there. I know the flu is nothing fun to get over. Now that that's passed, I intend to get this pruning done here over the next week, and I'll certainly do videos on that. Have a great day, everybody.